through to December 16th this year. Let's cross over and listen in live.
This evening, we're receiving the King of England. And many don't know, Nairobi was the first city to get a Commonwealth Charter in the whole world. And when you got that Commonwealth Charter as a city in the late 40s, early 50s, there was a discussion in the House of Commons, if you look at the Hansard. And somebody asked, why is it that Nairobi is the first one? Why not Kingston? Why not any other place? The description by that member of parliament describes Nairobi in words that I've never heard from a Kenyan or a Nairobian. Sometimes it is easy for us to point out faults. We look at the negative aspects of our city, we forget the positive aspects of our city. We have a lot to showcase. We have a lot to be proud of. Of course, one of the best parts of our city, actually the best part of our city really, is the people. Yeah? Kenya and Nairobi don't have gold, we don't have much oil, we don't have minerals. Our greatest asset is above the ground, and it's our people. Around the world, people have heralded Nairobians and Kenyans as being hardworking, as being resilient, as being, go-getters, as being full of talent. We need to bring it out. And so once we're able to attract traffic to Nairobi by positively showcasing it, we love complaining. In every space, there's always a complaint. If you travel to any other African city, you will appreciate what Nairobi is. But if we showcase positivity and bring people, they will be able to drive your brands, they'll be able to drive your businesses. Nairobi is the one city you can be, from Dubai it's 5 hours, from London it's 8 hours, from New York it's 11 hours. I was wondering how is it, it's 14 hours going, but it is 11 and a half coming. Nikambua ni mteremko. So pilot anachilia clutch. But anyway, it's because of the rotation of the globe. But it's just 11 hours. And once you get here, you can get to any other part of the world. So we need to look at Nairobi, not just in terms of the negative aspects that we're used to. Not just in terms of what it has always been, but in terms of what it must be. In terms of what we must sell. And selling a city is a deliberate effort. People didn't just start saying, I love New York, out of the blue. It was a deliberate effort. The US, after the Great Depression, had to sit down with the creative economy. They had to sit down with Hollywood and showbiz and say, look, let's create Uncle Sam. Let's create, land of the free, home of the brave. Let's create slogans. Let's create movies around that. Let's create songs around it and sell our country and sell our cities. And that is what we must do with Nairobi. A few years ago, I remember when I was a member of parliament, there was a decree by government. That must have been around 2014 or 15. There was a government decision to ban graffiti on matatus. And I was like, what kind of insanity is this? So they were banning graffiti and music. And so that morning, I remember looking for my friend in Isili. It's called Moha. And he runs Moha Graphics. And I went to his workshop in Isili. I think it's Clemo Section 6 or where? Hapo nyuma ya Kale. Section 3, sorry. When I went to see him, there was a delegation from South Africa Tourism Board that had come to understand this matatu culture and understand what they can do there. Yet in Kenya, we were banning and saying all matatus should be one color and they should have no music. It's part of our culture. Growing up, I remember going to this guy's area in number 6 and number 9. There was California Love, Tupac Shakur, all these matatus would go around. Langata, number 15s were the best, competing against number 2-3s and 5-8s. It's part of culture. Culture is not static. Culture is not traditional dance. Culture is who our people are. And who our people are evolves with time. It grows, it recreates. I'm very proud that today, part of the King's convoy will be matatus. They have actually curated and redesigned a lot of the vehicles in the convoy from the British High Commission, and our young people have put graffiti on them. They have put some rims on some of them. Some of them have that angle. And that is going to be part of His Majesty the King's convoy. We may not appreciate it, the world sees it. We need to wake up and know who we are as a country and as a county and what we must showcase. A good friend of mine, the mayor of Cape Town, Jordan Hill Lewis, and I remember I congratulated him the other day when they won the Rugby World Cup, is coming because I told him that soon the Nairobi Festival will be bigger than the Cape Town Jazz Festival. That is the goal. we must be bigger than them. We have more to show. So it's just coming to see to make sure that we don't overtake them in the time that we have. I'm very proud of my team and partners, because since last year, because last year was the first time people said we can't do it. And we said we must do it. Lazima work. We said we will do it in 8 weeks. We put together the biggest festival done by Nairobi, I think, in many, many, many years. We had more than, I think, 100 and something.
Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja launching the preparations for Nairobi Festival. He says when the time comes, twende tukajiachilie. And it is on that note that mi pia najiachilia as I transfer this to my colleague Hadia Masiwa, who's taking over with Nigeria.